Hello again. Okay, in this lesson, I want to just kind of guide you through the process of creating a master file. So again, we're going to be looking for our images, browse them here in Bridge. Let's say we select one, we'll double click on it. It'll open up here in Adobe Camera Raw, and in here we can make our adjustments that we want to make, our raw adjustments, and again there have been some made here. When we're done in Adobe Camera Raw, go ahead and click Open Image, and it will bring the image into Photoshop, where we'll do our last little bit of fine-tuning and then save out that image as a master file. So here's the image. Usually, one of the things we're going to want to do here in Photoshop is remove the dust. So my procedure for removing the dust is first, we want to do that on a layer. So let's work on a layer. Let's make the image pixel size. So we'll tap Z for the zoom tool, go to actual pixels. We'll use the grabber hand, spacebar down, grabber hand pops up. We'll go to the upper left hand corner. Now normally I don't want to see, these are blocking my view, so I want to clear these out, so I'll hit tab to clear them out. I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut J. J will bring up my spot healing brush. And now I'm just going to go through the image and clear out the dust spots. And again, these are spots that were on my sensor. And you can do it in a real easy way by just pulling across this bottom bar down here. So these were spots of dust that were on my sensor. Eventually every sensor will get dust spots on, and I clean my sensor every so often, but you just can't clean them often enough to get every one of them off all the time. So you want to go through, let's just click down here, you want to go through the image and make sure you're cleaning the dust. That's a bird right here. There's another bird. That's dust. And this is dust right here. Alright, we'll just keep going down. We'll click down one more time. Just looking for, it's not going to find any in there. Usually shows up in water areas or in the sky. I think that brings us to the end of the image. Yes, it does. We'll just go back through. So this is my workflow. Yeah, I think so. Now, I will press Z for the zoom tool, right click, fit that back on the screen. I'm going to bring my side panels back in with the tab key. I'm actually going to click up here to fit this on screen now. It wasn't quite fitting. That's step one, and I always do that. I always clean my dust off here. The next thing I do is I add saturation, and again I add my saturation here in Photoshop. So we can do it right here. We'll click on this icon. We'll bring up the hue and saturation We'll bring up the hue and saturation adjustment dialog box here, and notice we're going to be working on a layer here. I normally just go ahead and throw 15 points of saturation in, toggle the eye on and off to see if that's too much or too little, and I kind of like that. At this point in time now, I am done working on the image. It is a master file. I can save this off, and this is a master file then. So I would come down here and go File, come down to Save As. Now, typically, here's where I would go and select. I'm making sure I'm saving this in the appropriate folder. That would already be predetermined, as we were showing you back in some of our previous lessons, but right now we'll just save it right into here. And I might call this Yakina headlight. So and then I'll follow that up with a master. And it's going to save with the correct ICC profile, the Pro Photo Color Space. It does have layers, and I am saving my master files out as PSD. And we'll click Save. The reason I save PSDs is when you start adding layers in, they often wind up being a smaller overall file than if I were to save a layered TIFF. So a layered PSD can just result in some hard disk space saving. Alright, so that has saved out, and notice now the name of this image right up here, master. Now, that is the end of creating a master file. In the next lesson, we'll talk about how we might use that master file. See you next time.